Hey y'all, it's Anime K-Man. Today I am going to be reviewing the second episode of Fruit Baskets 2019, and I gotta say, this was wow. I thought it was better than the first episode, and I thought the first episode was amazing, I gotta say. Because what I really loved about this episode was, it first gave you the impression that Kyo was some kind of reckless character, but then as the episode progressed, it gave him depth and all that. So that was a beautiful thing to see. Like, it gives you a characterization as to why he has something against Yuki, because Kyo is ostracized from the family and he wants to kick Yuki's ass as an effort to try to get more accepted into the Selma family. And that's why he's always angry. So that puts into context why he wanted to kick his ass. Not saying that that's necessarily right to get into fights all this time, but it kind of makes it understandable. Somewhat. And then aside from that, also like how during this episode, like you could hell tell, it shows you some of Kyo's weaknesses. Like he's not exactly great when it comes to interacting with strangers. And it's cool to see that he kind of acknowledges that himself. And I like when you have Sugar Ray say words of wisdom there. Sometimes you've just gotta... Yeah, I'm gonna paraphrase. Sometimes you gotta like sometimes you gotta put punches, but you also gotta pull your punches back, and that's how you learn how to interact with people. Kind of like a metaphor. So I kind of like that, and how Kyo, it looked like he took it to heart. And then when they were talking about love and all that, I thought that was sweet, gotta say. And especially when Kyo was like, if there was ever a person that confessed to them, he would ask if that person's crazy. Like, all those sequences were nice. And I really liked them. I was like, alright, you know what? At the start, I wasn't much of a Kyo fan going this episode, but you know what? I think he's cool now in my book. Yeah. So, I like it. And at the same time, I like how the relationship between Kyo and Toru, at least the way they were interacting with each other, didn't get off the right foot, but at the very least, they slightly became closer when Kyo offered to rock Toru home, and I thought those sequences were pretty sweet and all that. Especially when he told Toru to just call him by just his name. She doesn't need anything near after his name. Those are all pretty sweet scenes, and I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. And I like how it emphasized character development, because he went from not wanting to interact with Toru to interacting with her a bit more freely and all that. And when Toru offered to be friends with Kyo, even though Kyo didn't necessarily accept it, it was sweet to see him actually, you could tell he was blushing, so he was probably happy that Toru made that offer. That was so sweet, so I like that. Had humongous amounts of character development for Kyo in the span of a single episode, and a bit of character development for Yuki, because you could hella tell he's starting to care more about Toru, because he was distressed at the thought of the Akito pretty much wanting to decree Toru's memories to be erased. And then when that doesn't have to be the case anymore, that was pretty sweet to see how it all worked out. Although I still like how you could tell he was suddenly still looking after Toru when he's hoping that nothing's planned against Toru at all. So all in all, those scenes were pretty sweet. And I also like how during these sequences you could hella tell with Yuki blushing, you could hella tell you might be starting to gain feelings for Toru too. The way how Toru, she is not even scared of their abilities to transform into animals, of anything. It's she's actually getting closer to them, so that was also pretty nice too, gotta say. And I also like how this episode also showed a bit of wisdom in regards to Toru when she explained that her mother said that she shouldn't steal secrets. I feel like that makes her a much, much more well-rounded character, and it gives her some wisdom points. So I also like that too. Like, everyone in this episode was pretty well written, with Kyo being the highlight, but Toru and Yuki being the nice side dishes. If I were to compare it to food, I'd say Kyo was the steak, while Yuki was the mashed potatoes, and Toru was the was the fried Brussels sprouts. Hell yeah, but I had to compare it to food. That's how well this episode resonated with me from a character standpoint. As for a story standpoint, I thought it was great. I was laughing a lot, and we made some plot progression. Went from Kyo kind of being cold towards Toru to now him being less cold towards Toru at the end. And we figured out a lot about him too in the span of a single episode. So we made some substantial plot progression. And then, aside from that, we also do get some tension being built up because one of Toru's friends is starting to suspect that something's off about Yuki and Kyo. So I wonder where that's going to lead, because Akito is going to allow for Toru to keep her memories, but that's if the secret's kept. So shit. Hope we don't get a memory loss situation where it's forced to occur, but I like it. It feels like the anime, aside from it being comfy, it's also making me feel kind of like some unease, but in a good way, from a narrative standpoint. So I thought the script was powerful for that reason. Our animation, they're amazing. The character designs were still detailed. Animation flowed, especially the little mini fight between Kyo and Yuki. Like, that was well animated, and I thought it was absolutely a fun joy to watch, especially like the kick. The animators put a lot of energy and love and care into those type of sequences. Or in the scene where Kyo's sitting on the rooftop of the Soma family building. Like, he looked super detailed and it was well shaded. Like, sequences like that, it's like breathtaking. It's like any of these shots could be like used as a laptop screensaver with how well drawn they are. That's how beautiful the art in this episode is. So that's why I gotta give credit to the animators and art people. And what I also love about this episode was the voice performances were great. I gotta say, I'm currently watching the subtitled version, but my goodness, it's so awesome. Comment down your thoughts on viewers on whether you're watching sub or dub, and for anyone who watches either both sub and dub, comment down which of the versions you like more. I'm just curious. But overall, though, the Japanese cast, oh my goodness, they always bring their A game. So yeah, taking all these factors into consideration, I'm gonna rate this episode a powerful 9.25 out of 10. This anime, wow, it's just breaking all my expectations, surpassing them, and I love it. So anyways, guys and gals, these are my thoughts on Fruit Basket 2019 episode 2. Comment down your thoughts on the episode in the comments section below. Rate the video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later if you subscribe for more, because I'm definitely going to be live reacting to the other episodes and reviewing them. Alright, bye bye.